Hello and welcome to Field of Dreams Disc Golf Course in Great Meadows, New Jersey. Today I'll be walking you through the layout for the NADGT exclusive on July 1st and 2nd. This is currently the only opportunity in New Jersey and New York to qualify for the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour Championships. Let's get into it. Hole 1, par 4, 500 feet. This is definitely a hole you want to get in tournament play. Plays right to left with out of bounds all the way on the left following this fence line, and an out of bounds line drawn on the right side. Once you get out the gap, you'll have about a 270-foot approach straight on this field with a fade at the end. If you go a little too straight, it's not so bad, but you definitely do not want to cut in early. Out of bounds is no more than 5 feet from that orange basket right there. Alright, hole 2, par 4 at 458 feet. This is my favorite hole on the whole course. It is a difficult tee shot. The basket is straight ahead, but to get there is anything but straight. The forehand will get you down towards the flats, but the backhand will have the fade towards the basket as long as it's high enough. You can also lay up to that short tee pad and play short to yellow. So although the eagle is in play, hitting anything early is going to give you a risk for bogey or worse. There's a lot of ways to get towards the basket, but you want to make sure that you're at least leaving this one with the par. Hole 3, par 3 at 204 feet. This shot plays dead straight with the tree in the middle and OB all around the basket. The ideal shot is probably a right-hand forehand that fades away from the out of bounds, but I personally like the slight turnover with a putter or mid on the left side of that tree. Generally, I find it settles right at the edge of the circle or getting pretty close. Most things that go out of bounds towards the basket will have a tap-in par. Hole 5, one of my favorites. Par 4 at 412 feet. This is a right to left shot with out of bounds stakes lining the whole way. You can either try to go over the out of bounds between those goalposts or follow the drone up here to the landing zone. If you throw a driver and get some nice skip, you might even roll down the hill to give yourself a look at the eagle. Once you're down there, there's some guardian trees to contend with next to this hillside here and the stairs. Once you're up top, make sure you're close because you don't want to be looking back at that death putt. Hole 6, par 4 at 564 feet. Initially off the tee, all of the basketball courts play out of bounds on the left, the last of which is about 315 feet. The baseball field long will also play out of bounds in tournament play, and anything on the right side is going to be a difficult scramble for par. I'm trying to get far enough onto that landing zone where I can have a nice open hyzer shot over the hedgerow on the right. The left side and along to the river also play out of bounds, so definitely place your second shot well. Trying to get anywhere down here on the flats, maybe even something that rolls, will give you a good look at the 3, but saving par will give you good looks on the field. Hole 7, par 4, 373 feet. This hole initially plays left to right, but anything that turns and has no fade or forehand can get you up towards the landing zone. The air is usually not turning enough or fading early, which will put you in the rough on the left. It'll be a difficult scramble for par from there, but if you do get onto this landing zone, the second shot plays left to right as well, so forehands or backhand turnover can get you anywhere close to this last tree at the edge of the circle. It's definitely not a gimme 3, but it definitely feels good. Par still is a great score on this one. Alright, let's start Birdie Alley with hole 8, par 3 at 232 feet. You can either go down this left side tunnel or throw the big sky hyzer over the right hand side. If you do decide to go down this tunnel here, it's a very straight shot with a putter or mid. If you do find yourself turning a little bit in the mid-flight, you're probably going to hit one of these skinny trees on the right and be further away than you would like. If you do go all the way, don't hit anything, probably going to land right here, settling on the flats. Give yourself a look at it too. Be careful because there's nothing behind that basket and you could be putting back from circle 2. Hole 9, par 3 at 280 feet. This shot plays left to right or straight with a right finish. The right hand forehand is probably the preferred shot for this, but a hyzer flip with a backhand that finishes to the right or something neutral with a right finish will get you just at the base of this hill. Rollaways are definitely possible on this green, so get it close, give yourself a putt. Hole 10, par 3 at 266 feet. I hope you like tunnels because it doesn't get much more narrow than this. The main objective is just to get through this initial gap right there, and after that, as long as you stay straight or just have a gentle fade at the end, it'll get you around the edge of the circle. Definitely another good one to get the 2. Alright, hole 11, par 4, 332 feet. This is a right to left. It is a doozy. You got to get out of this initial gap, throw in something that's not going to go too far, because you got to make this 120-degree turn. If you go too far, you got to contend with the trees on the right. But if you're close, you'll have this perfectly straight, probably 200-foot approach. You're going to want to keep it close because that river comes up real fast. Alright, hole 12, pretty much the end of Birdie Alley, par 3 at 311 feet. This is a straight shot with some fade for the right-hand backhand. After you beat this Mando, it's pretty open. You can throw a flex shot that follows the drone. If you end up a little bit on the left, it's pretty bad. If you end up way on the left, it's actually not so bad. This basket is on the hill, so you want to be close enough that you feel confident to run that putt. Alright, hole 13, par 5 at 519 feet. This is the first of 2 par 5s on long to orange. Off the tee box on the right-hand side by this bridge there's a Mando sign you want to stay to the left of. You also want to avoid this hill on the left as much as possible. Any good tee shot is going to be by this dark tree on the right. Any excellent tee shot looking for the eagle is going to be up here by this second dark tree on the right. After that, you're going to try and go onto this flat area here or down the hill. Because it goes down after this flat area and that road plays OB, you want to try and keep it low and snake something down onto this flat green. Give yourself a look at a birdie. Alright, first of the field holes. Hole 14, par 3 at 339 feet. Off the tee box, cart path and beyond is out of bounds. Road and beyond is also out of bounds. The basket is right on the cart path, so make sure you're going to get real close. There will be additional out of bounds on the left hand side. It goes all the way to the basket following the second cut grass. So make sure you don't go too long. Get yourself a 3. Hole 15, par 4 at 570 feet. This plays as one of the easiest par 4s on the course. The only real risk is that walking path and beyond. So tournament play, I'll draw this flag line on the right side to keep things a little more interesting. The orange marker in the center of the field there is around 320 feet. It just signifies when that out of bounds line starts to taper back in towards the basket. Make sure you put that second shot as close as possible because this is a tall basket. If you're far away and not confident in your putt, consider laying up for par. Hole 16, par 4 at 837 feet. This will play as one of the more difficult holes on the course. There really is no danger off the tee, but in order to get up there to look at your par, you want to have a distance bonus. It's going to be anywhere on the center, maybe a little bit center right, just to give you a look to get down this tunnel. Once you're there, you're probably looking at a forehand approach onto this basket. Going to keep it close. It's going to roll. Hole 17, par 3 at 318 feet. This tee pad is a little skewed, so it makes for an awkward tee shot. It is uphill the whole way. Once you get towards the basket, there is a big berm there, kind of plays as a little bunker. So get there with enough speed and enough height to make it over. Maybe get yourself an ace. Don't go too far because that walking path is right beyond. Don't go out of bounds. All right, last hole, hole 18, par 3 at 417 feet. This one's pretty difficult to get unless you've got the distance bonus. A lot of times there's a right to left wind that pushes things into the tree line, so be careful because on the other side there is that walking path that plays out of bounds. A lot of times most people will find themselves with a circle 2 putt, so try to get one out there away from the tree line and see if you can run this last hole. If you've made it this far, I assume I'll see you on July 1st or 2nd for the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour exclusive at Field of Dreams. I'm your tour guide, David Trinati with Ikigai Wellness. If you want to see more content like this, you can like, subscribe, do all the things. That way you're always notified when I come out with new videos. I hope to see you again soon, and as always, send it.